Hey guys, I'm playing Stellaris, the new expansion kit. I've been playing and tinkering around with this. I'm pretty sure I don't have it set up optimally, but from what I can see, I got it to where I think it's gonna be okay. I've tried this a few times and just tinkering around a little bit. Usually, my consumer grids is really hard to keep up with, especially with the volcanic people, the Siberian Union. So yeah, we live in volcano worlds now, and I figured what better way than having a reptile like dragonoid people, or like the skinks or whatever you want to call them. But yeah, so this is what their main trait is for thermophile, which is pretty self-explanatory. So instead of eating food like normal, like we would, they eat alloy. So you got to keep them on your alloy upkeep and make sure you're producing quite a bit of that once your population is going. Let's see here. So yeah, so they can't live on anything cold, and their lifespans are plus 10 years in addition. So you can do some other things with these. Since I'm going, okay, sorry, I probably should go over here. So, yeah, I just decided for that trait. So, it basically chose these guys right here. It could be any one of these, You could even do like a rock people and make it even more ridiculous. Or you can even be machines in the volcano world, which is pretty cool, I chose the Origin Red Giant. So basically, I played this a couple times. I've played the other one, which is Cosmic Dawn. But this one, your sun starts to get bigger and bigger, and eventually to a point where it just goes supernova. It doesn't. I know it doesn't make sense, but it doesn't destroy your planet at all. But it does give benefits depending on what you get. And you got to do some missions and stuff to get to a certain distance in that whole origin story, which is really cool. And yeah, so there are gonna be spoilers in here if you haven't played this yet. Um, I'm really enjoying it. There's a lot to it. You can make like volcano worlds are now more profuse, and like there's a lot of new tech they put in here that actually parallel with the volcano worlds and magma worlds, and including like the forge and stuff makes it even more ridiculous. But like they just put some more stuff in here that just ups the ante on it, like the amount of energy you can produce and amount of minerals and alloys you can produce and stuff. It's pretty nuts. So you can do very good tall builds with this. So I'd have to say it's one of the better packs. Um, other than the Silent pack was pretty good, but I'm not a big Silent builder. As I said before, I'm really into megacorps and stuff like that. But some of these, a lot of these origins require you to have it set up a certain way and parameters that I can't play my megacorps like I want to. So that's my origin as Red Giant. Um, so my civics are Fire Cult and Galvanic Synthesis. So basically, I'm going for like a high Unity and then tall build when I have Galvanic Synthesis because it gives me living metal. It also affects how your ships can be built, so you can make them stronger than normal ships. And also, living metal is a very good key component to speeding up the process of building your megastructures because they take an astronomical amount of time. And yeah, that's a lot of in-game stuff. So I couldn't tell you the probability of how fast I can get megastructures out, like year-wise. But eventually, once I get that tech, I should be able to pump them out pretty fast. Assuming I go tall and not wide, as I said, tall is usually my favorite ways to play because it's more manageable. It feels. I mean, you can add a bunch of the let's see here. Um, the I always forget the name of these things. What are they called? Uh, Habitats. Man, I built these enough. I should know what they're called because I've done habitat builds. But you can build habitats. So you take like 6 or so star systems, and you only have 3 planets. Well, you can make more planets with habitats and stuff, and then eventually you get to the technology and can build ring worlds. So usually I'd build, if I was gonna do tall, which I normally do, maybe 1 or 2 ring worlds, depending on how fast the game is going or how slow it's going. Um, that way you just have the means to build much taller than most people. You just gotta make sure you have all the resources to accommodate that amount of tallness that you want to get and the amount of ships that you want to build and so on and so forth. You got to make sure that you and the habitats are really good for getting your basic resources in terms of minerals. And they can also help with your main basic resource. So like minerals to get to your alloys, right? Because you need alloys, and luckily enough, it makes it even better because you really don't need that many planets because you can make all the alloys and you don't need to make food. So ring worlds are good for food-based tall builds because they can make a lot of hydroponic bays and stuff, and then just replicate. It gets nuts. But for this type of build, you're only requiring alloys and minerals. And then also you got your basic needs, your amenities for your people, and then the trade. You gotta make sure you're having trade, which all that's easily taken care of in here. And the way they set up the planets now is awesome. Since you don't need food, now there are 3 slots down when you look on a planet. There are 3 slots that are open. Usually the last one is usually for food. But instead you replace that with science or getting your unity up, and it makes it a hell of a lot easier to definitely build tall, because you want to build up your science a lot too, because that's the only way you're going to get your mega structures. You need a lot of science to research everything. And then you also need to be able to protect yourself. So with all the alloys, you're going to be able to build a pretty massive fleet. But you also got to make sure you're having a surplus for your population as well. So you really got to maintain all those resources and the proper means to get them done. Let's see here. So traits. Yeah, so thermophile, that's no question you have to have this in order to be on a volcanic world. Traditional. Again, this is a Unity build, so you need traditional, and that helps with your product drops. This will give you Unity. I chose early because usually the Empire size for pops, if I'm going to build tall, it's not going to be as hard for me in terms of it's not going to be too harsh on the downside of population, because eventually it'll get to a lot of population, but I'll be able to maintain that with all the resources I can use to upkeep on my population, which isn't terrible. Shell slag. It's kind of redundancy, honestly, because this trait makes it so your pops give you living metal, which is just nuts. I mean, like, that's crazy. You get living metal from this, and then like it parallels with galvanic synthesis. So when I find living metal, and I have already living metal stuff, so the tech I can use for living metal, well, now it's unlocked, and all my people produce living metal. Now I could feed what they give into making and strengthening everything I have, which is insane. And then you get a tech building that creates living metal too. So I mean, it scales. It scales. And the nice thing is when it overscales, you can use that as a resource to sell for trade units, and then buy into whatever resource you need that you're having issues keeping up with in the beginning of the game. Sedentary resettlement cost. I could be wrong here, but like I'm not going to be resettling too much people forcibly at the moment. I usually let them do it on their own. I know it's not the min-max way to go, but that can be costly sometimes too, and it is what it is. And it's also a cheaper thing to get rid of. So once I get gene tailoring and stuff, I can just pop that off and get unruly off anyways. Because I usually just do gene tailoring and stuff for most of my builds, and I usually go for the means to genetically alter every one of my species, which makes it easier to mitigate all the issues that I would have with these two. Rapid breeders, I realized that they breed very slow. I think that's because they give them a little bit longer lifespan for their type of species. And it's all slower for like if you're gonna be a rock people because the rocks. I mean, how are you gonna reproduce that way all the time, super fast, right? But the lizards, they should be able to breed fast. Like the movie Rain of Fire, like where they breed over and over again. One male's needed for all females. Anyways, let's move on. So we got our name list. Yeah, we got the Infernal name list. So we chose the pack one. So, yeah, I chose that because I was just being lazy. I really didn't look through all of these. Huh? Go for core. I kind of like that. Yeah, let's go pack 4. I really enjoyed the names and stuff in here. And our species name is Sindari, or Sindarian. And the plural, Sindari. Sindarian. And then we got our name, of course. Down here, name of class. So, yeah, we obviously are volcanic. Kind of need to be. Yeah, just randomized name. Which, I know that's lazy, right? But I'm not very creative. I can be, but I like to see what they come up with too. Because, then it gives me ideas for later things, right? And then I really love the background, so like the volcanic lava flows and stuff. That's pretty sick. And then you can go all the way down to the new Infernal City pack, which is really cool, and it melds well with it too. Almost looks like a humanoid setup, but not really. Excuse me, sorry, I'm a little tired. Just getting over Thanksgiving, right? And I still got more food to eat. Advisor voice. I do like the advisor voice. Where others wither, we thrive. Where others wither, we thrive. That's pretty sick. I like that. Where others wither, we transform this cold, dark galaxy into a blazing haven. That was much longer. I really like that the voice actually matches my facade here, my creature, my species. But it really does match their look, and you'd think that they'd have a low guttural voice for that. That fits very well, honestly. You can do a bunch of other things too if you wanted to.
As the learned say,
that's
yours is mine.
Nope. And then, get the new Infernal map packs, or Infernal flag pack. Not very much to choose from, but they're still pretty cool. I like them. Chooses one almost reminds me of Avatar: Last Airbender, the fire and flames. I'm sure there might be others in here, but it looked pretty sick. And so I built my flag this way. Chipset. The chipset's sick. I did just show you quite a bit of them, but I just love this Juggernaut. That is so awesome. It's so huge. Juggernauts are amazing in this game. The Colossus, yeah, that's gonna be sick to see what it does when it tries to blow up a planet. I might have to just get that just to showcase that. I'm pretty sure many of you have already seen hardcore star Stellaris fans have definitely seen from the other creators and stuff. I'm just here to have my own fun and share with you, right? You can watch this, you don't have to watch this, and you don't have to believe me, or if I'm saying something wrong and stuff, then I'm sorry. I only know what I know, and I may be wrong, and that I'm human. So you know, you can judge me as much as you want, but in the end of the day, this is my video, and you don't have to watch it. I'm just, you know, trying to share with you my experience on this game. The Titan, that is badass. I love the look of that thing. Yeah, Titans are your flagships as always. Like they're the big guns coming in. Like the Juggernaut's pretty big too, but the Juggernaut's like an additional spaceport for you to build extra ships, but it's to also go with your armada and fleets to long distance areas, so that way there's always a platform for you to build extra ships right away if you need to. I mean, sometimes it can be slow, it depends on how it's built. But the auras that emit from these help your fleets tremendously. Yeah. Battleships basically is what it says. You know, it's just a big ass ship that, you know, is ready for battle. And then you get your cruisers, which basically hold a bunch of other flying vessels, which I really like the strike craft. Strike craft's pretty cool. You can do a full strike craft build if you want to, but you really kind of gotta manage like what units are in your armada and make sure that you have like the smaller cruiser ships to not the smaller gunships and let's see here. So yeah, you want like your destroyers and your frigate and your corvettes are pretty important because they're really fast paced and they're trying to get those other incoming armaments coming, trying to destroy those as fast as possible. And then you got your frigates, which shoot torpedoes basically all the time, and they're basically taking care of all the bigger stuff at a fast pace, and they're easily better able to dodge obstacles in their way. You know, they're very utilitarian. And then you got your destroyers, which are also pretty good at a fast pace, but pretty good. I'm not always the best with this whole strategy thing. As much as I love this game and stuff, I usually just, you know, put a bunch of really cool stuff what I appreciate inside of Armada. I try to level it out as much as possible because I know there is an importance to how you set everything up. Even when you don't automate, like, and you actually build your ships from the ground up, there's a process to it. You gotta kind of figure out what your process is and how you're gonna get through it. I know that if I were to get onto an actual multiplayer game, I'd probably get my ass hit. No, not probably, I will get my ass handed to me because a lot of those people know how to min-max their ships, and knowing that and what you're fighting against is like knowledge is power in this game. So if you know what defenses your opponent's ships have, you can equip the right weapons and put on the right defenses to basically just rip apart your opponent. I mean, that's just how it is. So you can get really good at that. I never did. Maybe I should start learning how to do that. But like, I don't feel like my network's good enough to do a multiplayer game, and I don't have the right mindset. Like, my focus sucks. My time span I spent on games sucks. I played D&D, but I can't. The commitment portion for me, it sucks. I wish I could change the way I am in that aspect, but commitment in a game, like I've committed 6,000 hours in this, but I have not played straight 6,000 hours into any one match. I've only beaten like maybe a handful of campaigns on this game and just whiffed everything else and just bypassed everything else because something else caught my attention to play or to do, or I just lost interest. That's just how it is with me, unfortunately, and I wish I could change that, but of course I would play D&D and do other things too, or do multiplayer on this game. And I do it out of respect for the other people. What I mean by that is I don't play those games out of respect for the other people, because if you take out that variable that was there, then that just ruins the whole aspect and the whole storyline of what you're trying to create. You know, so I can be flippant, and unfortunately that's just how I am, and you know, it's one of my flaws. Definitely one of my flaws. Okay, so we are going to save this. I know it says 1,000-star system, but I think that's inappropriate for this type of video. So we will go to 600 stars. We will max out how many people can have in this star. I'll just leave it at 2 AA starts just so I don't get overwhelmed, because that's just too much and 2 Fallen Empires. I think that's fair. And yeah, a lot of these right here are builds that I made myself. It was funny because like the last videos of this, I was doing a Crimson Mire of Bob, and it was another Crimson Mire of Bob in the same game, and I've never had that happen before. So I didn't have to fight myself, but somebody else killed them off. Anyways, let's get this started and see what happens, what star systems I get. And the nice thing is you don't have to worry about having a black hole right away, because this origin gives you a black hole to work with after you go supernova, or before you go supernova, and where your primary spot. So no matter what I do, but what? Oh, okay, well, I've got more than one black hole, and this looks like a really nice setup actually. So like right here, I got a breakpoint here and here, so I can just literally live in this portion. But I don't know if there's an attachment here. I hope there is, because that would mean I only have 3 places to defend from, which makes it easier for me. Plus, it keeps me in a circuit bound. Another thing I worry about here is the amount of people that I have, or amount of AIs that are in here playing. Hopefully, they're not too close to me, so I can take over these as fast as possible and then start going tall. That's my favorite thing, is like I don't really care to expand unless it's being some stupid shenanigans that I like to build up on. But right now my goal is to expand to these points and stop and just build up this section. That's cool that I got a black hole here, but I'm not going to need it with what this is. I mean, it doesn't matter because it's part of my needs. So I'll probably might go up to here on this one. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So what I do is I automate this, because he's going to fill these suckers up for the resources that I'm going to need there. From a research vessel, I will have that go here. And I'm going to be very strategic about how I place this. So I'm going to go this way. And then, since this will be already scanned, I'll go this way. And yeah, I'll do that. And then what I also do is I will start my next ship, and the amount of unity I have, I'll be able to get that next science vessel going pretty quickly here. That's like for this build, I think the first thing you want to unlock for this type of thing, since we're trying to get as fast as possible survey and everything, is discovery is going to be our first tradition that we do. But for this portion right here, I think we're going to need more mining, because we're going to need to build up as much alloy as possible. We're going to need to make sure our consumer goods are going to stay in capacity of what we have. And for these 3, I really don't need to build up more fleet at the moment, so I'll go ahead and go for top speed growth, because we're going to need to maintain the speed to keep up with everybody else, or at least for my own self. For this, we really don't want research to cost too much, so research station output, we don't really worry about that yet till later. So I think field quantum computing is going to be a good one. So yeah, so everything's set to go. Look at our planet. Yeah, so like you have a temple for the fire dancers, which is so cool. Man, it reminds me of Avatar: Last Airbender. So we're the goddamn water dancers. Because there is a water DLC too, which the Aqua DLC. That thing was pretty cool. You can flood planets with water, just basically Waterworld, everybody. It's hilarious and terrible at the same time, because you're quite literally murdering millions of civilization populace. Anyways, so right now, see, it's already giving us a base production of 2 living metal. That is nuts. That resource was always so difficult to locate out in space, and now it just comes to you because of your population. So if you go up here, it should show me, yeah, 0.24 from populations and 1 from other, which is just the planet itself. So it's got living metal of +1 sediment. Pretty good. That's really good because like in the marketplace that sells for what's it sell for? Sells for 14 trade units. That is insane. And if we had to buy it, it'd be 26 units. So I'm producing it and I can sell it for 14 because I'm not going to need it immediately right away. Until I start building ships, then I will definitely need to do it. But it's also a resource I can use in case I liquidating all my other resources too fast. Now, another thing I do is since I got 250 minerals here, I need more minerals to build my ship that is going to build the stations for these. That needs more minerals, and plus I need more minerals for when I start working on my planet. And you need to really pay attention to what you're doing because if you overwhelm your planet and it's many or few resources, you can start to decline very easily and very rapidly. And then you're like doing a dance between all the resources, trying to sell, buy, something. It gets nuts, and it can be frustrating and overwhelming. Right now, consumer goods is doing good, so I will go ahead and sell those. Some people say it's a bad idea. Keeping my alloys, my energy is doing really good, so I'll sell those. Usually I would sell my food, but like in place of food, I have living metal, but it's not there. But also I have enough to purchase that much minerals, and eventually I won't need to because I'll just be going fast and purchasing minerals. Yeah, okay, so I'll pause it. I thought also, that's crazy. I did not think I was going to have that many black holes near me. Again, I don't worry about this now. I'm just worrying about this inner circle because like that is really hard to come by. This is like prime real estate right here. That's really good. Okay, so here is part of the origins. So let's see here. So this star will grow. We can keep calm indefinitely, or we must investigate quickly. So I do want Unity, but I also want to research this as fast as possible so I can get that black hole, and I will forcibly turn this into a supernova. It will hurt a lot for a few years, but the sooner it gets done, the sooner I'll be able to rebuild. I mean, or I can do this and reassure the public and gain some more Unity, but my Unity's just cranking up the storm here. So I'll go ahead and do that. Okay. My spaceship, my side ship. Okay. And now we got enough Unity, we can purchase another. Okay. Hey, you gotta be careful though. Your leaders do have a Unity cost. They used to not. I think this is a great idea because it really makes you consider what you need more than what you want in abundance, right? Strategy. That's the basis for the strategy game, like what you're working towards. So yeah, I do want to set him on the same path. Eventually, I'm gonna have to figure out where the hell those other research points are, and they should pop up here shortly. But yeah, no, this is part of the whole sun shenanigans. And I can go ahead and I can change this eventually to the other, reassure the public, lie to them, like the government does. Terrible. Let's see here. Is this even doing anything? Okay, yeah, it's building. Okay, good. If you're just doing something. So I do have plenty of jobs open, it says, but I still want to. Okay, build. So, yeah, I can do that, which gives me some bonus. Now we'll do this. This. Because We need more Unity and we need more consumer goods. Not too worried about alloys. Those are definitely going to be coming in here. Okay, so we're going to do discovery first. We do that, and then we go here. Open edicts, and then we go to back the stars, and now we're increasing the speed at which we do this. And then when the counselors are done here, then I'll be able to increase the speed at which we go through. Oh my god, no way. Okay, so this event chain, I'm pretty sure a lot of you know. QV Gaia Worlds. Well, that doesn't work very well for me. At least I don't think. I guess I haven't tried it yet. I actually haven't seen any Gaia Worlds and how they respond to volcanic worlds, because technically wouldn't it be a wet climate, but then Gaias are perfect worlds. So wouldn't it have volcanoes too, I guess? We will be one with the cosmos. Yeah, the cosmos. So that sounds good. Ships. So we got enough alloys. So I'm going to go ahead and build my third science ship. Like, the more science ships you have, the faster is you're going to be able to go through and stuff. Sometimes people want to keep up. Okay, so here we go. We're going to increase our survey speed by another 25%, which is pretty significant speed bump. And then more boost. And then eventually, when this gets over, there's going to be an additional 25. So we'll have almost 200% speed boost in survey. And it'll be nuts because, like, with the amount of science ships all have, they'll be able to go through these in no time. That makes it easier for me to decide where I want to go. And also, like, if you notice, it opened up a little bit more to me. So it looks, yeah, okay, so, like, there's a line there. And there's no line here, so thank God for that. This one has a line that goes over here. I mean, maybe these don't have any extra outlets, and maybe I'm just between the two. That would be cool. That would be awesome. That would be even more perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna still keep continuing on this line because eventually our leaders will get more experience, and then we'll just get the whole research ring out, and eventually we'll get to better research speed once we finish this up. Because the next one I do is like prosperous, and unless we find an enemy, then I do let's see here. I will do well, shall we? The one with the chips. I do not remember the name. So forgive me. Okay, so this has been done. So now I'm going to go here, build that. Now they're running on their merry way, and I can put a guy in here, and we will do this. We'll go off this way. We'll go this way. I might forego this direction, honestly. I don't think we really need to worry about that. But we do have this star system here. So I'll wait and see what happens, honestly. Like, that's... Sometimes you gotta be patient and see where you want to go, because you only have enough influence to go around. Okay, so here, this is making it much faster. Okay, so we go here and we try the unknown, and now that's another 25 speed and an anomaly discovery chance. That's pretty awesome. And then, like, it goes up to 100% speed, so it'll be 250% speed, which is just ridiculous. And usually I would do Habitable Worlds, but I just want more Unity. The faster we get this going, the sooner we can. Yeah, that'll just give us like enough for two. That's crazy. Like, I'm already producing 76, and it only takes 11 months to get that stuff done. That's crazy, and it's gonna only get faster. Especially if I add in another one of those. I think what I'll do is I'll do this, because he got his job up here. Yeah, no, it's a good call. I feel like that's a good call, but let's see here. Do we have... Okay, so we do have these missions on, so what I do is figure out where the hell they are, and now that I got that, I'll have one of these guys beeline it to, well, let's see here. Yeah, this is not the most of them, so let's go over here. Explore. Research. 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 Okay. You only need 3 of them, is what I realized. And I did find that out after the first round. That, like, they give you so many, I was like, do I gotta go look at all of those? Like, that's a lot. Okay, we want fast agenda speed. So we can just keep pumping these agendas out, and it gives us bonuses the more you have out here, and the more you collect in here when your officials are voting on stuff, or typically you're voting on it, and they're just getting the power to, before it launches and stuff. They did not fully do that world. What the heck? I've had this happen before. Survey. That was weird. Like, they should not have skipped like that. Okay, so this does go off over here, so I'm not even going to justify doing that. I just want to get this done. Okay, so stability, ship build speed, not yet. Cancel speed, yeah, we're going to do that again. I know a little bit of redundancy can be annoying, but it goes a long way sometimes. We are one with the cosmos. Yeah, we're going to go with spiritualism on that one. Alright, now we finally did that. We are going to take technological ascendancy. That's always a really good stepping stone, honestly. That'll get you text faster, rare text, and everything. So that's cool. This guy's already doing that. Well, tier 10. Oh my god. Volcano. Well, I got my volcano world here, so I'm guessing I do have more volcano worlds over here. I hope these aren't my main picks, because I usually get 3 worlds, so that's 2. And that's not good. Well, looks like you gotta go over here then. Shit. Research. How big is that? 600? Should probably start building up a fleet. Okay. No capacity. Leader experience gain. Let's do that. The faster you level up your leaders, the more bonuses and boons you can get from them. Trade from jobs. Let's do that. Survey speed. Survey speed. Let's exploit them from now on. Okay, so yeah, now our planet is now getting a little more heat. See, the sun's grew. Eventually, it'll eat up this planet here. It's right here. It'll eat up this cracked world. Yeah, that would suck. I hate to be that planet. Okay, so I'm going a little behind on this, so I should be building this. Of course. Freaking amiibos. They're messing everything up. Oh, no. Oh. That blows. I'm gonna have to wait some time for that guy, so I gotta use one of these guys. Okay, another guy. Yeah, this guy. Okay. That's what it was. All I'm trying to do is get this shit done. So I really gotta build this up. My fleet needs to be built up. So we will go ahead and sell. We will sell. Okay. So, well, you know, now that I gotta fight some shit, I build out my armada a little bit. So go ahead and get that. And I'll go ahead and build. Because I really need to research these things. They are pretty damn critical. Yeah. So I definitely need to get the suns to stop doing its thing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bother this. Maybe I can go up here and attempt to do that. Yeah, I mean, I got the main points down, so I think that's actually safe for me to do so, because now I got the other switches up here. Okay, there. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Yep. Okay. Okay, so I'll do that. I'll raise my fleet. God, it's not near big enough. Okay. I mean, that's the only downside to me having all this ship. I can have resources more for my ships and stuff for my armada, but it's the chance you take. And now we run into somebody, so I really need a fast pace this right here. Oh no, I didn't think about that. Oh, they didn't fully do that. That's so mean. Okay, I have to survey that, or else it's going to cost too much influence to do so. And that should have been surveyed, but for some reason the book didn't work. So these guys are doing the research at least. But I need to make sure I have this blocked off before anybody gets in here, so that way I have this all to myself. Because it really sucks, when you leave openings like this, because it makes it easier for your eventual enemies to mess with your stuff, and it really sucks. Definitely when you don't have this blocked off. Yeah, it really does. So, yeah. And luckily I got this already blocked up because there's obviously somebody over here. And there's and they got ruined by our installation, and there's someone here already. So hopefully it's somebody that doesn't think I'm metal. But the possibility is slam. So I really need to build. I don't have 200 yet. I need to build my stations and my fleet. That's great. It's wonderful. Okay, so they finished theirs. We need to survey system, and then you can come over here to research. And research. Okay, so my ship is going to get expensive, so we're going to do that. Cost. More. Okay, well, the nice thing is my capacity, my command limit, and then my capacity is up a lot. So I can go ahead and go. Let's go for it. I think that's good. I don't have any more envoys, so I can't do that yet. This ship can now go this way. Okay, research product system. Hopefully that should be my third one. Okay. Alright, so now I can do this. I really need to do this. And hopefully I get this before these guys do. Whoa, oh my gosh. I just lost the ship. Alright. Well, these are clearly not good guys, so we're probably gonna run into some pretty bad stuff here. I can't. I don't get it. Why can't I go that way? And I can't go back. Okay, so what's this at? Okay, so I do have to send my fleet somewhere. So I'm gonna send it this way. I'm gonna go rescue this dude. Because it needs to be rescued. So I'll attack whatever's there. I'll attack whatever's here. Maybe I can get the final. Yeah, damn. Yeah, so the other thing I can do now is just survey systems. This sucks. I'm kind of SLR. I guess Stars gonna go full blown supernova on me before I can get the research I want. Oh, because I'm bottlenecked. Let's increase that. Definitely want to increase unity. And we need more energy because that's going to start growing down once we start losing all that. And we're not going to play that game. I'm already losing enough as it is, and my dude just went missing. Because they said, okay, so we got an enemy system here. So I need to take this. The system needs to be taken. And I need to build it up with a station to prevent against that. I don't think these guys are bad over here. It doesn't seem like it, but I can be wrong. But at the moment, I know for sure that these guys are definitely bad news. And the worst thing I can do is be lazy and procrastinate and not build this up because, no, we won't attempt. Should wait another. No, these are okay. So let's see here. Let's see what happens. Like this might be bad, or it might be good. Just see, but it might be good. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully the priestly like I am. I mean, I like fire priests, but okay, yeah. Another thing I need to do. God, it's not 13 size. It's terrible. But it's what I got, so I must take it. Yeah. Okay. Just trying to name it. So I'm sure I got a planet down here, maybe. That I can take. Which isn't terrible. Okay, so I blocked off these units, but now I need these desperately to be taken care of. And these guys are on the way to fuck some shit up. And this is obviously owned by an enemy fleet, so we definitely want them to come back after that fight. It'll weaken them and they have to use the resources to build that back up. So that's not a bad thing. That way it slows them down. Okay, yeah. And another thing is I really need to do this. This needs to happen now. And I need to do this one too, but right now I don't think they're doing terrible things to me yet. I do know that I probably should build another construction ships, but you will see. We will see. Okay, this guy is doing absolute jack shit. Okay, so we need. Yeah. I still need a third researched. Okay, what? Okay. No, I gotta have them go back there. So I have to get that researched. That's my final one. Yeah, like, let's see how big like, it's already 30%. So yeah, I should have already over to the see, it took over the planet, it's getting big, it's huge. Just grew a little bit more. It's pretty. But it's pretty bad too. The cool thing about it though, when it blows, it does give us more resources. So it'll give us dark matter, 7 dark matter, and then increase the energy output. And the cool thing is you put Dyson, not a Dyson sphere, but the Dyson swarm over it, and you can get a ridiculous amount of uh, materials. Oh no. Okay. Looks like my guys are overpowering theirs. Close. Like, that's a close match right there. Oh, look at them go. Yes. So I gotta pause it real fast and make it unfair. Because now it should have increased by a little bit. But a little bit is all it needs. Okay, and we have victory. Right, we got victory. Yeah, we got victory. Yeah. They need to take their ships and shove. My ships are superior. Okay, so we're gonna definitely get some more ships in there. But in the meantime, we have that space to work our research project and get the hell out of there so we can let's be cordial and professional. We already like the way we are, so we don't want to be anybody else's pet. Yeah. Now this is cool. See, what I could do if I wanted to is keep all this, and then I could expand here, and then take out this. Cause like this doesn't look like it connects. If it doesn't connect, then I could have it. The only thing is you gotta be careful with these black holes, because sometimes they'll have interdimensional beings that just destroy your science, and that's a low blow. You don't want that. You do not want that. I should have been doing this a while ago, but I knew these guys were hostile as hell. Once I get that done, okay, so dock ships, yeah, we're on upkeep. We're gonna be building a fleet. We have to build a fleet. So we have no choice but to build a fleet. Shit. Research. Somebody, like, that's the issue right now, is they're gonna keep trying to send a fleet and it's gonna interrupt my spaceship. My science ship. Luckily, I do have a defender. Right here, and I'll keep up until it can't. But I wish I could repair them because they are such low health. All it takes is a full armada. Like, and you could probably bring a 500 armada in and probably wipe me out because of how low health I have on that guy. This is one of the key features. Oh, gosh. Research, keep it up. Man, I wish I could just. Can I destroy that thing? Can I just like attack target and wipe it out? No, it won't let me. That's kind of lame. Honestly, I should be able to take that over. This is what we call a Cold War state. I just need him to get his ass in gear and get that shit done before this guy comes back around. Fair enough. God damn it. This is so annoying. I might have to forego this. Yeah, I might have to forego this one and do the other ones, even though it hurts my time situation. Because that just keeps on popping up. It sucks that you can't just take that out right away. I mean, I'm sure there is a way you can do it, but I just don't really know how to. Because, like, I'm not an extremely hostile group or person. And yeah, so that just fucks it up. It's not. Get back here, dummy. God, I wish you could tell it to just stay there and research the whole goddamn thing. Yes, there's a threat that's being taken care of with this. Like, that should prevent it from leaving, honestly. That would be a cool fix, I think. Do that. Because eventually I want to have research and speed up a bunch of processes. Okay, so we do want that. Because now that makes them stronger. Okay, so pause that. I need to make sure I'm not losing anything to these guys down here because they can bring their construction ships and take these from me. There's nothing happening over here, so what I will do is I will go ahead and I will construct. the alloys, that is, because I want to make it as difficult for them to take these as possible, so that way I can have full control of them. Once I know them, and god damn it, yeah, we're gonna have to forego this. This is fucking bullshit. Well, actually, you know what? Let's do something else. Let's try moving this way and see if that's the same thing. Damn it! Of course she did. Oh, so much waste of time. I wish there was a button like just stay in vicinity even if it's danger close. And you got defense back. Okay, so that might be a better option. Fuck. Well, we gotta take care of this asshole again. No. Come this way, dude. So now we're in the butt game. Yeah. No, come this way. Kind of basically force its ass to go around in a freaking circle. Nobody is hurting you, you dickhead. Okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah, we're giving up on that because now there's shit down there to deal with, and that's just too much shenanigans to deal with. And yeah, this is not good. I'm fucked. Like, that sucks. I'm gonna have to retreat these guys. So I don't lose more ships. That sucks. All that fucking work. I gotta go back down this way. I have to go down this way. You know, I'm gonna go here, move here, because I'm gonna be able to take this one. Ah, man, my back is killing me. Okay, so that'll increase that portion. Okay, we'll lock that slot. The envoy is tired. The envoy needs to work harder. I am a slave master. And you will do my bidding. No, I'm not a slave master. I'm not listening, but you can increase. Well, yeah. See, now my consumer goods is going to shit. My alloys is doing better, but it's still going shit. But like, it's because of this. Yeah, I can build. I don't know, but it's just gonna make more upkeep. So there's almost no point in building anything else until you mitigate this situation, which I have not done. But on the other thing is, so we need to make sure that this is prepared and ready for what is about to come my way. Hopefully, I did not waste too much of my time dawdling around, and hopefully I can. Oh god, I'm an idiot. Okay, see, I'm doing mistakes already. I'm negative. I'm at a deficit, and I'm not paying attention. But I don't have a deficit here, so here we go. I'll do this. And then we will increase the amount of ally we have because we will go ahead and give, go ahead and give them to defense. And then we will increase the target uplink computer, which makes them so they start firing sooner with the uplink. That'll help with more damage. The issue now is like that vessel might just stay there out of defense, but retaliation is always a thing, so you gotta be careful. And we're about to find out who these people are. We just found out who these guys are. Peaceful traders. Thank God I have someone on my side that is like willing to work with me, and I really want to improve their relationships with me, especially because I do not want a flanking empire when I already have an empire that I know wants to probably eat me. What I'm guessing is they are a devouring swarm. Usually their fleets are a lot stronger than non-devouring swarms or hive mind or non-hive minds people. So I've been like, I'm really guessing. Like, I know this isn't a top tier ascension perk, but for the Unity build I'm doing, an additional 10% plus governing ethics compared to what is happening on my planet, I think this is not a bad option. and I've done that before. If you want to like make a really good leader shenanigans leveling setup, I mean you can use this. It's not the highest thing there, but it also helps with leader upkeep. And that can be very costly if you're not careful. Sure, Destiny. If you're subjugating people and taking them underneath their wing, that's a good one. But right now, I think One Vision is my best option. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the best option right now. I can definitely use more Unity. And plus it scales too. So like how much Unity you're making is going to be 10% more, and then the more Unity you have, more scales to that 10%. Yeah, that is. I think that's the minor Bob. It's Bob. I'm pretty sure it's Bob. That's bad. We got Venus flytraps in the way. Okay, so we got one defense. Okay, so as far as I know, their fleet power is at least 1,000. I need to put more defensive batteries there. Just because I need to protect myself from the shit that's about to hit. Okay, so this, though, I can do. And again, like, if they start to get all frisky with the crap over here, because they can't take care of these guys, well, it looks like they took care of one of them. I think. Did they? Well, I wouldn't know because I'm not entirely buddy with them. So the only thing I can do, I got my fleet back, so I'll do that. I'm pretty sure they took out whatever's there, or they're friendly with the amoebas, which is a bad rank because that means I still have to take them out. My naval capacity. I might need to upgrade that a little bit on the city because yeah, definitely with like for future tenants, it's gonna be against these guys. I'm gonna have to wipe them out. Like you do not want to leave the Bob there because the way I designed or built him up, it's pretty busted. He can go wide real fast, and he will eat me and everything else in his way. These are cool new pets you can have. Don't shoot on sight because these guys, these guys will start producing gas for you. And I was like, science and gas is very necessary in here. And like, the more population of them you have, the better it is. You don't have to worry about creating facilities for gas, and that makes it a lot cheaper in the long run. So using them to your advantage. They don't come here. It's just so cool. And the volcano in the background is sick. That is so sick. Okay, so instead of supremacy, I usually would have done prosperity. That increases my mining right away to 20% output mining, which is really good. And that actually works in tow with when you get your forges up and stuff, and then oh look, more mining output. I think we're gonna want standardized Corvette patterns to make it cheaper for me to purchase my Corvettes because I'm going to be going to war with these guys eventually. Like there's nothing I can do about that. It's either I start the war or they start the war, but it's happening regardless. So I gotta get ready for that crap. Which means I got to increase my output. Okay, so these guys, this planet right here, I need to start this up. And they're the ones with the gas dudes, so eventually there'll be a thing we can do. Hey, no, space amoeba. Is that it? Well, we'll see. We'll activate both of them. Because they don't take that long. One's 18 months, one's 36 months. That's really not that long time span. But these guys will eventually revolting pest. Adorable, I guess. I guess reptiles wouldn't find them cute, but I do. Okay, so this guy did that, so I think I'll do construction ship. We're gonna need that. I know some people might think it's a waste to build extra of everything, and there's always a redundancy for it sometimes. For me, anyways, that's how I see it. But see what I mean? Like, I can use this as a resource to purchase other things, such as, oh, here we go. Yep. This is hilarious. A welcome relief. They may be ugly, but we will give them fresh air. In terms of gas, exotic gas, so 0.50 per a pop. And it gives my population 20% happiness. So their ass makes it smell nice, I guess. That's great. I love it. Like every pop, so 2 pops is now 1 exotic gas, and then so on and so forth. Like that is crazy. Like, oh, I have 50 of these on there. Oh, now you got like what 25 exotic gas production. That's pretty good. And if you were to, can you even increase their speed of growth? No, because they're just still animals technically, so they're just growing at a slow rate. That's fine. That's fine. It's just, I wonder if they give you the ability later on in the game to like spread across your planets and stuff. I think I would do it just for the memes. It'd be like having cats almost everywhere. It's like, okay, so now we're coming out of deficit. See, it's already negative 18. So now I gotta make sure that we don't fall below that. And see, I got gas here. Okay, let's see how much I'm making. So I'm making 1 every unit. Okay, so now I'm gonna sell these guys. I don't have enough to sell that in bulk, but I will sell 1,000 minerals, and I'll at least help sustain that. But the issue right now is this: it's negative 70 and negative 82 job upkeep. That negative 80 job upkeep is what's really killing this, because your consumer goods is that upkeep to the pop. So it's an additional 80% more upkeep to everything else because of the impending Nova. And it's because of the dickheads. Oh no, they closed their borders on me. Why? Uh-oh. We fucked up, I guess. That's a problem. That is a big freaking problem. Okay, so, well, in that terms, so we gotta get this thing ready. And they're not even here yet, but at least I got that set up. So that means I need to set these guys right here, because these guys look like they want to personally screw me over, but I did nothing to them. I'm so confused. Or maybe they're jealous. Oh, I got structure over here. What do I have? Oh, that would be worth killing somebody over. But I'm taking that. That's pretty awesome. Like, I was trying to be buddy. I don't get why they're super hostile with me anymore. I mean, they're traitors, but I guess they think I'm trying to hurt them or something, but they totally screwed me. Yeah, them blocking this off and everything else off, I have to go through them just to get that. Just to get this. And I'm pretty much SOL at the moment. This is going to finish before I can even finish it off. Well, so much for getting that shit done. Because no matter what, I don't have enough resources to build up my army or my fleet. The only thing I can do is probably get myself on another planet. And the thing is I have no other planets to literally jump onto. I only have this one. So is this a volcano? Savannah. I don't think I've heard of this issue before, but I guess it's my turn to finally see all the bad shit that's about to happen. So I want to get these guys to finish up all these anomalies. They've already researched enough, and they're not doing anything other than just sitting there. Might as well make a more report. I think I built. No, I don't have terraforming yet. I need terraforming because I need to terraform these into volcanic worlds. That's the only other option I have. I mean, other than getting stations, and that's what it is at this point. That is exactly how it's gonna be. That's just part of the game. There's That's why I like this game. There's so many variables. Like shit like this happens. Sometimes this doesn't happen. Sometimes they're nice to you, and sometimes they want to eat you. And other times you have like a whole group of people that just want to be your friends. And then other times they want to collect you into their empire, and you're basically somebody else's bitch. It's just part of the game. And that's why I like it so much, because there's just so many variables. You're always going to find something new when you play a game. There will be some systems that are similar to the ones that you've seen previously, but like the way it lays out and everything, how the lines work out and everything, like it is different. Every game is always going to be different. So the game, the replay is really, really, really good. And again, it shows because I have almost 6,000 hours. Like, what, I got like 5,600 hours right now. Like, that's a lot of time. I mean, if you spread that out from the years I've played, so since 2016 to now, then yeah, you can subtract whatever time you want, or minimize that in how many days a year I play. But again, I still put that amount of time on the game. I think the other games that I've ever had more times on than this was Battlefield 3 and 4, and I had like roughly 8,000 hours on each of those. Within a shorter allotted amount of time, because it was one of the games I only could play because I didn't have a PC. I had the privilege to have a PC at the time. I didn't have a job at the time because I was still a kid too, and so all I got was consoles. And the consoles aren't bad, but I just love PCs. There's so much more versatility with them. And I like building my own PCs too, which is really cool. Now, mainly the wiring, I'm not a very big on the software portion, but I really love the hardware portion. I might have to go, like these guys might just start a war with me. I don't know what, let's see, can I declare war on them? No. But they can definitely do something to me if they wanted to put claims on stuff. Let's see here. I'm not even doing what I need to be doing. This should have been already done, and I'm not even doing it. Ah, man. And I don't even have my ships on there. Do I want to get taken out or what? Because that's what it feels like. And then let's right here, imminent situation. Oh, yeah, okay. So I am literally in a deficit right now, and that sucks so much. And the red giant is about to explode on us. Yeah, the thing's, it's about done. Yeah, see how big it is now? It's about to go kablooey. Yeah, the 1 month. And here goes, guys. Bam! Well, hey, look, it's a white dwarf now. Well, or a class F star. Yeah, see, you get some good resources out of it. You get more resources out of it, and yeah. The only bad thing now is my planet is so devastated from that destruction. Everything's at negative 80 cap, and now I am way, oh man, so much more hurt now. Like, that's so bad. Like, I'm gonna be in a deficit for a minute. I never said I was the best at this game, just so you know. I knew the supernova was coming, but I did not get to those missions on time to mitigate as much as I could. And now I'm at war after that explosion. And their war goal is forced to adopt the ethos and government from... Yeah, what a bunch of dicks trying to force their own laws against me. Like, that's terrible. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why do people do terrible things? And I don't don't think I have a fleet good enough for them.
Situation update.
I'm pretty sure they can just roll right over me now. Like, yeah, so that's 1,000, and that's 2,000 at least. But this doesn't have any, like, that's mainly defense. That's not, like, platformed. Which sucks. That's so bad. And I have no resources to, like, mitigate the damage that's gonna. Yeah, this is so bad. From low taken, yeah. Man. Yeah, this sucks. And I gotta set my work roll at least, but there's no way I'm humiliating them. And my planet is gonna go on strike here or revolt against me. And if that happens, I'm just this game is gonna be over real quick. Yeah. I'm trying to fire priest it up, but it ain't doing the job. Okay, so anyone turn this guy? So he's still building stuff. I'm at negative on everything I can possibly think of, but except for food. I don't need to worry about food. And you worry about everything else. It is just absolutely hurting me. I can't build any more stations. I can't build any more ships. There's nothing I can do. I barely have any trade. Which I don't have enough to get that, so at least I can try. I can't even get anything. What I can do is sell this. What I can do is sell all of my higher resources. Okay, so maybe I can get somewhere, so I'll do that. I'll do that. And that'll help a little bit, but this really needs to go up. That's so painful. And it wasn't enough to get a freaking defense platform. And they're at okay, so they're still a little bit less powerful than my ships are in terms of. But the only issue is there's nothing else stopping them. Really, like this can pump out some. Well, it's with lasers right now, so I guess. Yeah, it's still bad because like that. It's just getting the fire at me pretty good, but like they're going down at least, and they still got to get through my station, so that helps a tremendous amount. Yeah, there's just too many of them. Man, this sucks. I'm getting shit on. Come on, you can do it. The station that never was. Okay, and if I can build a platform, get it out there before he takes down my station, then we'll be in good hands. Okay, so that actually helps too, and this will help. I need that. I need that now. Luckily, I still have my station. Okay, so I definitely need to try and get that to go. So my minerals, we have to use our minerals for this. We have to use these guys. And we have to use everything up. We have to build another station if we're going to withstand another round of that shit. And I don't think, let's see here, military fleet, yeah. So the nice thing about the Nova, though, is it's not going to always stay devastated on there. So, go here, it'll go down to 40, so it mitigates it a little bit. And the cool thing is, you do get benefits from it, even though there are negative repercussions. But see, I'm getting minerals back, and these deficits will go down slowly. Not all the way, though. Because, again, a supernova going off with your own sun doing a supernova on you should literally kill us. But I guess since we're volcanic anyways, it kind of mitigates destroying our species. If you want to go from that aspect, you can. I mean, you don't have to believe it. and stuff, but it's just part of the science fiction of this game. This game is all science fiction. And yeah, Crimson Sea, this is bad. This is really, really bad. And luckily, I have already upgraded. So, consumer goods, you have problematic priests. I really need to make sure my consumer goods are going down. Yeah, make sure I get something good in there. Do they have anything? Yeah, no. Nothing. Well, yeah. At least fill up that last official spot. And that'll help with this guy's tolerance, so that should help mitigate how much consumer I do. Maybe that's what I should have done in the beginning, is reorient how my governance is to mitigate the consumption of consumer goods. But that's a thing, right? You kind of gotta see where you're going with one thing and then try to fix the rest, right? So my side ships are all here, and these guys are doing absolutely nothing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make that change so that they're being used and not wasting precious resource. So we are going to be, again, we're going to end up being in a situation where we don't want to be in. Man, this situation is already bad, right? Like, we're SOL at the moment, and these guys are getting closer, and I need to make sure this is upgraded too, because if I do not, and they start a war with me, I am absolutely, like, just gone. Like, it's either between getting taken control or devoured. And now we have a revolt. Okay, rebelling. They have cast off our rule and now style themselves the Sindarian. That sucks. But everything that can go wrong is going wrong right now. Like, this is so bad. Like, that separates me, and this is already a really good space, and I'm just fucked. Like, I only have the one planet, and my capital has been subsumed by the other side, and they have my fleet. That was barely even there. Yeah, and I have no choice between war, but I can't do anything. This is such horseshit. I'm fucked. Like, oh, this is it, man. Like, I have holy shit the brick on this one, and like, all because I couldn't get that mission done. See, this is detrimental. Like, I did not have this happen before at all, and they were able to build their fleet up to 1,600. That's BS. That is BS. Yeah, I'm toast. Like, they take that planet out, and I'm done. And I have no means to fight back. I have no, like, let's see. I can build a Corvette. Yeah, and they have two fleets, or is this the other? Okay, this is from them, so I'm at war with these guys. I'm at war with my own fleet. So they have. I mean, I guess I could have aligned with them and done their own bidding, I guess, but like, I was only trying to make things better, but apparently I fucked up, you know. It is what it is. This is the game that I play. No, and I've never experienced it this bad before. But I mean, That's not true. There's been pretty bad ones out there. I've gotten demolished a few times. But this right now, like having a war on two fronts and then a third guy coming in that's gonna just devour, nobody's gonna get along in that situation. This is a short game. This is definitely gonna be a short game. So no matter what I do here, I'll try my best, but what I got now is what I got, and it is not near enough. 63 power, yeah, versus this. I don't know how they ended up getting those resources to build that fleet that powerful, because I had a 400 fleet, and they took that fleet from me and then made it bigger. See, that part kind of frustrates me, because they should have had the same amount of resources as I did, because they are part of the same kingdom initially, right? I mean, unless, like, we'll go back and, like, let's say they were hiding all the resources possible to make this revolt happen, which that is plausible. And right now, like, what I have, and they're not even trying to fight back this way, which makes no sense, because they have two fronts. And I can't even fight back anymore, because now they took this darn station, and all they have to do is literally send an army down on this planet, and I'm just dead. But they're not doing that. They're not even sending it this way, when they're technically at war with you. Are they at war? They're only at war with me. So that means that they can't do anything to this guy. But it won't matter, because once they take this planet out, which is my only planet, then I just lose. So the only thing I can do is here. Armies. I can get no armies. Wait, what? These translates able due to enemy occupation. So yeah, they're occupying me, so I can't even make armies. So basically, they can make armies and I can't, and all they have to do is send over an army and take over the rest of the planet and just annihilate me. That's all they do, and then that's it. You know. Unfortunately, this is how it happens. Beard Elder, so he's gonna be an advisor. I guess he wouldn't be an advisor technically because he's an elder. I'm about to die anyway, so. And I don't even have Unity. It took the one planet that gave me Unity. So I can't even. Actually, no, I can make him. Oh man. Well, yeah, there's nothing I can do about this. This was a nice start, but a really horrible finish. A very short one. That only took an hour and 27 minutes to get this far. Yeah, I'm gonna send this construction in. It's a fucking yeah. And I do have this guy, and I do have 300, so maybe I can get a fleet going. What's the system at? Alright, yeah, and this is at 1800, so if he were to send that fleet over here, he would lose his fleet. Maybe if I can lure them this way, that might work in my favor, but they might build up armies first beforehand. I mean, my war exhaustion is going way up, and I can only do what I can do. Once it hits to a certain point where the war has to end, it will. But these guys are trying to change my ideals. These guys are revolting, and they're not at war with these guys, which makes no sense because they're technically part of the same faction at the time of war. So splitting off as its own entity, and like, yeah, this part's me, and I didn't get this part, but can I still? Let's see here. I can build a construction ship. Now, if I can get this and this, maybe I can get some resources, but I don't want these guys here. So actually, I probably should do this. Actually, let's see here. Close borders. It's gonna cause more animosity, but he's ready to eat me anyways. Okay, so I can't buy anything. Let's see here. I can do this, and then buy some stuff. Okay, that gets enough to do this. This needs. Oh man, it's crazy. I've never. I have not had this happen to me for a very long time. But unfortunately, variables played out the way they did, and it screwed me. It hurt a lot. It is what it is. You gotta roll with the punches, you know? Yeah, so let's see here. I really do. Now I need minerals, and I don't have those, but I do have more consumer goods, which will give me the minerals I need. Let's see here. Oh boy. Yeah, since I'm technically occupied, I can't do shit on that planet. The only thing I can do is attempt to build it, and I can't get that. Damn. What about this guy then? The Tynology? Wait, are these guys? No. Oh, these guys. These guys are assholes. Like, they should not have done what they did. They did. And I don't have the means to stop them either. Not yet, anyways. Or at all. Like, I need enough resources to build a whole fleet again before my exhaustion goes past a certain point, or else I'm not getting this back for a long time. I'll be stuck right here, bottlenecked by them. Another thing I can do is take this. That actually doesn't sound terrible. That way I have that. But the ship isn't anything else, which is weird. It should show me. Let's see if it'll show me or not. If it doesn't show me anything, I can just send this guy up there. Oh, yeah, there was a guy there.
Sensors research completed. The spark is now aflame.
Well, I might have a chance, and I might not. But he only took it because there's somebody at home, so maybe I can. Damn, how much is it? 2K? Yeah, no, like 1,000. So let's see here. Defense 240. I'm not even close to building another one, and I'm like already. Yeah, I'm SOL at this point. Let's see here. I'm okay with these guys. No, hell no, decline. You're gonna have to wipe my ass out of this game, because this isn't right. Like, you either kill me now, or like I don't, I don't want to play that way. But I still have to deal with these guys, and there's no way I'm gonna deal with them. But they know that they can't take this unless they're willing to sacrifice their fleet. Because that's exactly what it will be.
Ships flaring sensors.
Yeah.
Hostile ships flaring.
I'd be surprised if I actually make it through this. Because like once I start rolling them again,
Construction complete.
and they'll be more stabilized at least, I guess. And hey, if I make it through this without them putting an army onto my planet, because that's what they have to do. Like, I have no other planet. If they take that, I'm just done. Like, the game is over. And the AI is not realizing that, I think. Or it does, and it just, like, doesn't care, I guess. They're gonna come for this anyways. In this one. So I better get this guy out of the way. Either way. But yeah, no, like, my fleet needs to grow. So, grow my fleet. Okay, and I do need to use my mister. Can I be good for a general? Striking star. Oh no. That poor construction ship. And then, oh shit. That sucks. The Sundarian is going to take a lot from me. I mean, they already will. Like, let's see here. Pacificus. That. They're taking everything except for my will, so they're basically stripping me of everything. That's what they're trying to do. And I have no means to get any researchers because I'm at a deficit. Man. I'm just flabbergasted that I got this fucked this fast. I mean, you might as well just put the hammer down and give me what I want. It's either you kill me now. I just don't want anything or everything to be taken, but that's about what's going to happen at this rate. It sucks. It really, really sucks. But, you know, I guess right now it just means I really have to work at fighting really hard for what I want to have happen, right? Don't want to subtract all that. I just want more alloy. I need more alloy. So I might as well bring up my defenses here. While I'm at it. Yeah, that's going down slowly but surely. Okay, well, we're going to have to go all the way there. I have to make this happen. Because I feel like he's going to take over this. It's either that or I force him to use an army to take me out completely. And then he'll have the whole thing to himself, and then I'll be dead, and that doesn't matter. Man, Revolt is a bitch. Yes. Maybe I should. The other thing is, I did remove the stability maker from the last two games I played. I think that definitely played a major role in this. Because the more population I have, the increased stability you have. So it prevented this from happening, and now I'm seeing the aftermath of my decision. The pop speed. Yeah, it hurt me because I was creating more population, understanding that the star was going to expand and supernova, devastating the planet, making everybody not like their governor because, like, oh, you're supposed to protect us, and now, like, there's no stability. So this happened. So I mean, at least I'm seeing the error of my ways. So I'm definitely going to switch that back. The stability trait to this game because it shows that it didn't, I didn't do the last couple times I tried this same exact civilization. Basically, I'm just getting SOL'd. It is what it is. I have a 500 fleet, but my exhaustion is so high, and when he wins this before exhaustion, he's going to win over what he wanted to take from me. And that's going to limit my ability. Like, if he gets my Gallery, my Maelstrom, that takes every defensive means I have against these guys. And the only way to get them back would be to take him apart. But the other issue I have is these guys. These guys want to change my ideas, so that might impact me in a whole other way. So let's see here. I can't sue for peace. They're auto gonna win on that one, and my exhaustion is way too high for them not to get what they want. And then also same thing here. They're gonna get what they want because I have no power to settle Stone's crew. It sucks, but that's just the game, man. You like flip the table and change the game, like do a different one. Put some mods on God mode, nothing happens. But that's no fun, right? Like you need to be humbled every once in a while, and I'm definitely being just that right now. And you need a better understanding of how it works. You don't learn unless you lose. And luckily, this isn't real life right now, so I'm gaining a lot more knowledge than I'm losing because I'm not actually dying. But again, at the same time, it's like it's not the game I wanted to give you. But again, at the same time, I guess it is because it gives adversity to what could happen in this game, and there are things that will happen that are out of your control, or things that could be in your control, but you didn't do anything on time. Yeah, I'm at super high war exhaustion, and that's not doing me any good. Luckily, I've been protecting this like a hawk. I do not have a fleet that's near capacity or power to take out his fleet, which is like 1,600, I think. And neither this guy's fleet too. Like that's not happening. It's just not happening. At 2,000. Okay, yeah. So it's at 2,000 now. So I guess he's sitting here. I can't see that information because of the clouding and stuff. The nebula that we're in. But this war is about to come to an end, and this war is going to come to an end one way or another. I don't have the means to do anything because I can't control my planet. He's got full control over that governance. I can't do anything because I am under occupation. That sucks. The only thing I can do is actually surrender, or I can continue the fight and try to whittle him down. So, no, it's a bad idea, but what do I got to lose? I'm already losing. Like, it's already gone this far. Yeah, see? No, go back. Let's see, 2,000. This fleet's waiting right here. Oh, that's a different fleet. Shit, these guys were all over here? That's a problem. Yeah, no, that sucks, man. That really sucks. Yeah, so, and then they flew over here. But they don't do anything to this fleet because they're not enemies right now. That's just the regime is different. So I have to surrender this guy. Yeah, the responsible outcome. That sucks. But you know what? At least I got something back.
Ships flaring sensors.
I really need to get my planet back, but with the size fleet that I have, and I don't have. Yeah, I just put 2 fleets there. 2,000. Man, we're fucked. We are. Oh, what the fuck? Wait, what did he change me into? What type of governing system is this? I'm so confused. Really, well, shit, son. For you, ruler, scientist, List. So now we're an executive committee. And changed our merchant guild and free haven. That totally decimates the entire gameplay in here. Damn. That is bad. That is so bad. Yeah, now he wants to be friends. Yeah. Thanks.
Research complete.
I have no choice but to apply. Research speed. Yeah, I have no research there. Master defense. Do I have anybody there? Yeah, defense there. Master state. Do I have anybody there? Yes, I do. Trade. Because trade is one that we're gonna want to keep up on. Yeah, that's a bummer. Okay, well, we got that. I wanted to be a fire cult, but I guess I'm not. I have no future base. I got this messy, bro. And once I lose to these guys, though, they're gonna take a lot from me. Like 4 different systems. I mean, they should have just taken my home world, honestly. They really should have. Like, that's... I know, like, they had plenty enough influence to do so, and then take over the rest of the places. But once they do that, it just basically strip mines the shit out of me. And there's nothing I can do. There's absolutely nothing I can do. So these guys right here, they're fighting my... Yeah, see, they're fighting that station that came back to me without any defenses, of course. I mean, it's hurting the fleet, but it's not enough for me to, like, pop in there and be like, oh, motherfucker, go down. But, might as well try to get my planet back. That might be a detrimental decision. Now they want peace, but that means I give up everything that they want. You know, fuck it. Let's see what happens. Yeah, see, I just got neutered. Hardcore neutered. Oh man, that is brutal. And I can't fight them for another 10 years, but I do not have the resources to do so. I got my planet back at least. And I can at least try something here. Jeez. Man, I got fucked over in multiple different ways, more than one. I mean, my species still produces living metal, but now I can't use the living metal to make stronger units. I can't benefit from anything that I do because of the changes to my governance, and I can't change any of that because I have no unity. Okay, so solve this problem. We are going to build ourselves. Oh, I'm not a priest anymore, right? I have administration offices now. Please help me slay my enemies. I really just want to beat the shit out of them now. And this planet is literally brought down to the lowest of the low. Luckily, I still have the gas that produces. Let's see there. Sorry for the noise. Someone's out there in the lawnmower. I don't know how to mitigate that noise. But, yeah. Okay, so mega structure build speed, we don't need that. We don't need it. Shelter points, don't need that. Pop consumer goods. I should have been using that. It's one of those moments. You know, you can't get through it sometimes, but other times you just gotta do what you gotta do. So, we do need our energy. We are working on getting Unity back up and running. that's going to take 2 of these, I think. Or at least another build of that. I guess in a way it's a good thing he took this because that means it's going to hit him first. But he's got, yeah, if he goes to war with me again, I'm just toast. Plus, I got this mega structure over here. But the only other thing is like, yeah, they're awesome. They'll probably just take me out next time. And they're now a hive mind. The only thing I can think of is these assholes over here corrupted the shit out of them. And now they're just a. That's the only thing I can think of. Because you can actually do that. You can actually. You can even do proxy wars in here, which is awesome and terrible at the same time. And that could have been very much a proxy shenanigans right there from this guy. Although, I'm not sure. Can they do that? I think they can. I'm pretty sure they can manipulate. But they basically fucked me. And now they're just in minds, which is bad for me. Because there's no way I can reason with them now. The only thing I can do is build up this way, and so my science ships, which I have no science ships because they took them all. Did they take them all? They took them all. Yeah, they did. And now I don't think I have. I don't even have a shipyard. But I will have to do that. I got this stellar devourer to worry about. And it's bad. It really is. But this guy needs to come over here. Build all these. And another thing is this natural wormhole is terrible for me because people are going to use it and then they're going to go, choke this or oh, that's not a person. That's just a class, an alien, just an alien vessel, but it's not an actual civilization. That's just a species running around. But I do have 2 molten worlds here, and this is a good place for a forge. I might have to, man. Yeah, unfortunately, I might have to end it here after that catastrophe, and then I'll get back on it eventually and see how far I can go. That way, you guys get the full concept of shenanigans that I might have to go through just to get to where I want to be. My goal for next video is to expand out this way to get more resources, work on my planet, and then make sure I maintain this. But within a 10-year span, these guys might go to war with me just to take the rest of me out. I really need to try to prepare myself for that. But unfortunately for me, they have more resources. So I think I want to make a defensive pact with these guys, if I can eventually. So like, for efficiency, so I need to network with these guys. So let's see, crew relations. So I do have another benefit to what they did, though. At least they give me more envoys. So now I can give them an envoy. And then I really need a defensive pact with these guys. So I need to get their trust in me up to 20. And hopefully we can do that before the 10 years is up. Because if I get a defensive pact, these guys can help me defend against my own quote-unquote people. That's the best chance I have at survival. And these guys right here, yeah, they don't give a fuck about you. They're caretakers, just one of the ancient civilizations, and they're just like, well, we're just gonna watch the landscape and see what shit goes on, and we don't give a fuck about you. You can do what you want, just don't encroach on our land. So basically, I can go here, but I can't go here. I'll probably take this star system. So I need a science vessel, and I need to do it before this I know I'll ally with them, but like I need to do it before they can start taking stuff from me. These guys have animosity towards the guys I'm trying to be friends, which is cool because I'd like to fuck them up too. But they're also hegemonically imperialists. I'd much rather be friends with this guy than this guy, because he will just want to um, take me out or keep me as a pet, as an additional part to his empire. And I don't want to be a part of that empire because that takes more resources from what I don't have, barely enough. Me and hell, like I'm missing people, and I don't even have enough like freaking. Okay, well I got a lot here, but like that's only mostly council stuff, and some of them. Oh, but government. I should be doing this too. I'll put him there because he's got some trade on him, which actually improves on my trade, and I do have not. I don't have any unity yet. We just need. Oh man, I'm gonna put job stabs. Shit. Okay, so we're just gonna do that. That should help improve that portion. Um, I just need to balance it. I need to ramp up that balance. I really need to ramp up on like military might. Definitely, if I'm going to defend against this guy, I would like to attack him, but I will not have a fleet big enough to take him on when he's building his own fleet. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I have a lot of fun playing this game. And again, there's a lot of variables, and I want to see where this goes. And hopefully, I can get back where I started. Oh wait, are they at war with them? Oh shit! That's bad news for me. Well, good and bad because they're expanding and they're trying to take on this guy. If they get more resources, they will out-resource me, and I can build tall on a single planet. I've done it before, but the means of which I have at my disposal at the moment, I need to get the natural wormhole technology. Anyways, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna stop, and I will play this again later today or some other time. So I'll go ahead. I'll end it now. And you guys have a good one, and I will see you in other videos. Okay, bye.